Welcome back to Lost Odyssey. So we have one more dream before we move on with the main story. You know what? My dad works in a magic production factory. He's the boss of the whole place.
You'd say it's where the magic happens.
Jova, you can be the dad. Go ahead.
I'm not the boss of anything, really. I'm glad she's proud of me, though. Everything I do for her.
Okay, and this will
Of
recall...
course, this reminds him of something.
Yes, this reminds me of a story. Anyway, a dream has been revealed, so let's dream it. I can save it for later, but let's might as well have it happen like, as Kaim recalls them. So the name of this dream is Little Liar.
The opposite of big fat liar.
Everyone in the marketplace hates the little girl. Not yet 10 years old, and far from having outgrown the sweet innocence of childhood, she earns only open contempt from the grown-ups who have shops in the market. The reason is simple. She lies about everything. So, the little girl who cried wolf. Basically. Go ahead, Liz.
Hey, mister, I just saw a burglar go into your house. Look, lady, everything just fell off your shelves. Everybody, did you hear what the traveler said? Bandits are planning to attack this market.
Even the most harmless white lies can be annoying if repeated often enough, and the shopkeepers have found themselves growing angry.
They're planning on murdering the girl.
Jeesh. You better watch out for her too. Sorry, we better watch out for her too, sorry. The lady greengrocer warns Kaim. Nobody here falls for her lies anymore, so she's always on the lookout for newcomers or strangers. Somebody like you would be a perfect target for her. She could be right. Kaim is new to the town. He arrived a few days ago and has just started working in the marketplace today. So at some point, Kaim worked as a merchant.
Sure, why not?
Do her parents do?
Kaim asks while unloading a cart full of vegetables. The woman frowns and shakes her head with a sigh. She doesn't have any.
They died?
The mother did, at least. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. She was a healthy young woman who never so much caught a cold in her life, and then one day she collapsed, and it was it for her.
How about her father?
She sighs more deeply than before and says, he left to find a job in the city. The parents used to operate a variety store in the market, though the mother almost single-handedly took care of the actual buying and selling of the many goods they carried. As soon as she died, the shop's fortunes took a plunge, until it was eventually taken over by someone else. The father went off to the distant capital in search of a good-paying job that would enable him to cover their debts. He promised to come back in 6 months, but he has been gone a whole year now. Letters used to arrive from him on occasion care of his friend the tailor, but those too gave out about 6 months ago.
So he's either dead or a deadbeat.
Go
I guess you could say...
sorry.
No. Yeah. You say it's sad for such a little girl to be waiting around for her father to come home, but still...
The girl now sleeps in a corner of the communal storehouse run by the people of the marketplace. We all used to talk about taking care of her, to be stand-in parents for her until her father comes back. This is no surprise to Kaim. He knows from his own experience that all the people who work in the marketplace, and not just as this plump, kindly woman, are good-hearted and generous despite their limited means. Otherwise, they never would have hired a stranger like myself. Sorry, like himself, sorry. But long before that first 6 months went by, we were all heartily sick of her. She was as sweet a simple girl while her mother was alive, but this experience has left her kind of twisted. All her sweetness is gone. Of course we all feel sorry for her, and we take our turns feeding her and dressing her in hand-me-downs, but the way she keeps telling lies to all the grown-ups, nobody really cares about her anymore. Why can't she see that?
She must be lonely, don't you think?
With a pained smile, the woman shrugs and says, "That's enough gabbing for one day. Work, work!" And she goes back inside the shop.
Yes, ma'am.
Work! Anyway, Kaim is sorting the vegetables he has unloaded in front of the shop when he hears a little voice behind him.
Hi, mister. You new here?
It's the girl.
Uh-huh.
You're not from the town, are you?
No, I'm not.
Are you living upstairs while you work here?
For a while at least. That's what I'm hoping to do.
I'll tell you a secret, okay?
It's starting already.
Okay.
Kaim says without pausing on his work, sorry. There's a ghost.
There's a ghost
Sorry.
in this marketplace.
My bad.
People here don't tell anybody about it because it's bad for business, but it's really here. I see it all the time.
Really?
Kaim responds with fine surprise. He decides to play along with her rather than scold her for lying. In this endless long life of his, he has encountered any number of children who have lost their parents and have been abandoned by them. The sadness and loneliness of children who have been cast into the wide world alone are exactly what Kaim feels himself as he continues to wander through the infinite flow of time. The man literally has more life experience than anybody else.
What kind of ghost?
A woman, and I know who she is. It's the ghost of a mother who lost her child.
She says. Her little girl, her only child, died in an epidemic. Overcome with grief, the mother chose to die, and now her ghost appears in the market every night, searching for her daughter. Classic ghost story.
Ooh.
Yep,
See
basically.
my daughter. Ah!
The poor mother. She killed herself so she could be. Oh, I think. Yeah,
The
sorry.
poor
Go on,
mother.
Yeah.
She killed herself so she could be with her daughter, but she can't find her in the other world either. So she keeps looking for her here and calling out, "Where are you? Hurry and come with mommy to the other world."
The girl tells her story with deadly seriousness. Go ahead,
Don't
Liz.
you think it's sad?
She asks Kaim. She actually has tears in her eyes, which is precisely why Kaim knows she is lying. Even if she had not been warned by the woman, he would have known this was a lie based on how she told him about the girl's background. I wonder what this story actually means. Kaim carefully arranges bunches of well-ripened grapes in a display crate and asks the girl.
Why do you think the mother can't find her daughter?
What?
The girl asks him with a dazed stare. Hey, who's telling the story here?
Well,
He explains. Sorry.
the girl is not in the other world, and she's not wandering around this world. So where is she?
Yeah. Kaim does not mean this to be a cross-examination. He simply feels that someone who lies out of sorrow can have a far easier time of it by recognizing the lie for what it is. The loneliness of a girl who has lost her mother and been abandoned by her father consists in telling one little lie, but in having to keep on lying. Kaim Argonar.
Objection!
Kaim Argonar is attorney.
By the
Yeah.
way, do you wanna see my badge?
You know, why not make him
Why
a
you
lawyer
mention
at
it?
some point?
That's a good point.
The girl says, smiling calmly. Taylor, that's you. Go ahead.
No.
Oh, no, is
please.
it? Oh, is it? Oh, is it? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Really? Where did the girl go?
Kaim momentarily considers pointing at the girl as if to say right there.
Right
but
here.
Yeah, but before he can do so, she continues.
This is the first time anybody ever asked me that. You're kind of different.
Yeah, the
I
point.
wonder.
The
No,
point.
you are. You're different. I think we can be friends.
Her smile deepens. Kaim smiles back at her, saying nothing. Just then, they hear the lady greengrocer coming from the back of the shop, and the girl dashes away. Just before she disappears around the corner into the alleyway, the girl gives Kaim a little wave as if to say,
See you soon.
for the first time, the face of the girl with the all too grown-up speaking style shows a hint of childishness befitting her years.
Plot twist, she's the actual ghost.
Dun dun dun! The girl begins coming to see Kaim at the shop several times a day. When the lady grocer is not around, she tells him one lie after another.
I baked cookies with my mother last night. I wanted to give you some, but they were so good I ate them all. Bandits kidnapped me when I was a little baby, but my father came to save me and beat up all the bandits so I didn't get killed. My house? It's a big white one at the foot of the mountain. You're new here, so you probably don't know it. It's the biggest house in town. You don't have a family? You're all alone? Poor Kaim. I wish I could share some of my happiness with you.
You lie and you lie and you lie. All her lies are born of sorrow. Sad, lonely lies she could never tell to marketplace people who know her background. At the end of every chat with Kaim, as she is leaving, the girl holds her finger to her lips and says,
This is just our little secret. Don't tell the lady grocer.
Of course, Kaim says nothing to anyone. If he happens to find himself in a situation where the market people are speaking ill of the girl, he quietly slips away. Lies and disparagements are funny things. They don't take shape because someone tells them, but rather because someone listens to and voices agreement with them. A truly isolated individual can never speak ill of anyone. The same can be said regarding lies. Because she has someone to tell her lies to, the girl needs not fall into the abyss of true isolation. To put her small, sad share of happiness, Kaim plays the role of her listener, raising no objections. So now he's also an apsychologist. One day, when the girl comes to see Kaim, she takes special care not to be noticed by the lady grocer or by the owners of the neighboring shops.
Tell me, mister, are you planning to stay here a long, long time?
No, I'm not.
Kaim says, continuing to unload vegetables and fruit.
You'll be leaving when you save up enough money?
Probably.
But you don't have enough yet?
I'm getting there.
He says, turning a strained smile on the girl. This is a white lie of his own. He already has enough money to support himself on the road, nor has he taken his current live-in job because he needs money so badly. He is here because he has not found a destination he wants to travel to. A journey without a destination is an endless journey. Wise men say that you need dreams and goals in life, but dreams to accomplish and goals to realize shine as guideposts in life precisely because life is finite. So then, what should be the dreams and goals of one who has been burdened with a life that has no end? Kaim's is not a journey to be hurried, nor is it one that can be hurried. Perhaps drifting day after day with no destination cannot even be called a journey. Yep. Yes, please,
If I were you,
says the girl.
I would get out of this marketplace as soon as I saved up enough for 2 or 3 days of traveling.
Kaim responds to her with a silent, pained smile. What would be the look on the girl's face if Kaim were to tell her,
I'm staying here for you.
I'm finding the meaning of my life for now and providing you with a listener for your lies. The moment these words come to mind, words can never actually speak to her. The girl looks around furtively and says in a near whisper,
If you want to get out of here soon, I know a good way you can do it.
run the fuck away?
I mean, it's just a marketplace. I'm not sure, there are a good way?
Sneak into the tailor's and steal his money. There's a little pot in the cabinet at the back of the shop. It's full of money.
Are you telling me to steal it?
Yes?
She looks straight at Kaim without the slightest show of doubt in her eyes. In all seriousness, she goes on to explain.
That tailor deserves to have his place robbed.
The money in the pot, she says, is tainted.
I know this girl, a good friend of mine.
She says.
And it's so sad about her.
Her mother died and her father went off to work in the capital, and she's all alone. Her father was supposed... Oh,
Her
sorry.
mother died and her father went out to work in
Sorry,
the capital.
my bad.
And she's all alone. Her father was supposed to come and get her after 6 months, but he hasn't heard a thing from him.
Mm-hmm. What she said. Kaim calmly asks.
Is there some connection between your friend and the tailor?
Of course.
She says.
A close connection. What's really happening is the father was sending her money every month the way he was supposed to help make her life in the town a little easier. And he kept writing to her. He wanted to tell her he found a good job in the city and she should come to live with him right away. He's too busy to come for her, so she should come to him. And he sent her money for the trip, but none of the letters or the money ever reached the girl. And why do you think that is?
Before Kaim can answer, the girl says,
The mistake he made was to send the letters and money care of the tailor. He's been keeping all the money for himself.
Kaim looks away from the girl. In order to prop up one sad lie, the girl has piled on a still sadder one. A lie that can hurt another person. That is the saddest thing of all.
The lock on the tailor's back door would be really easy to break.
The girl adds, and she gallops away without waiting for Kaim's reply.
What an odd thing to say.
What an odd thing to say, exactly. What an eccentric...
Yeah. So what's to tell her parents that... Oh.
The girl comes running into the grocery store the next morning, shouting for the owner. She says directly to the woman, not to Kaim.
Burglars broke into the tailor's shop last night.
She says she saw a number of burglars sneaking in late at night after the marketplace emptied out. My, oh my, says the woman with a forced smile. That must have been just terrible. She is obviously not taking the girl seriously.
But it's true, though. I really saw them.
Look, little girl, I had just about all I can take from you. You're such a little liar. It scares me to death to think about you growing up to be a burglar or a con artist or something. I'm busy trying to open up my shop now. Do you mind? Try it on somebody else. She is hardly through speaking when someone outside shouts, Help! Somebody come! The tailor standing out in the street looking horrified and screaming at the top of his lungs. Burglars! They took all my money! The little girl slips away as the tailor comes in. The marketplace is in an uproar. The girl was not lying. That much is certain. But all too accustomed to her lies, people now suggest the possibility of another kind of lie. Maybe she did it. What do you think? And so it begins. I think you may be right. Talk about play acting. I wouldn't put it past her.
Oh dear.
So what?
We're back on Twitter again.
Yes, let's go find her. We'll make her tell, even if we get a little woof of her. No one objects to this suggestion. Some can run off to the storehouse, and others are searching the marketplace. Can't find her anywhere. The storehouse is empty. She ran away with the money. And as the searchers return with their reports and speculation, Kaim finally understands everything. After all her sad lies, the girl has left behind one final truth.
Oh?
She couldn't have got very far. Yeah, we can still catch her. The little thief. Wait till I get my hands on her. The men rage, and the women fan the flames. Good, give her what she deserves. We were so nice to her, and now look how she treats us. We can't let her get away with it. A dozen men start to run after her, but Kaim stands tall in the road, blocking their way.
You're in my way, sir.
Let's go around him. Ah!
Hey, move it! The men are out for blood, but Kaim knows if he felt like it, he could knock them all down and they wouldn't be able to lay a finger on him. Instead, he relaxes his powerful stance and throws a leather coin pouch on the ground in front of the men.
Stolen money is in there.
He says, What?
Sorry, I stole it.
A confused stir quickly turns into angry shouts.
Hey, I gave the money back. Come on.
Kaim raises his hands to show he will not resist. Do
what you like with me. I'm ready.
The lady grocer breaks through the wall of men, shouting at him, How could you do this, Kaim?
I wanted the money, that's all.
And you're not just saying this to protect the girl? The woman's intuition is too sharp. Forcing a smile, Kaim turns to the tailor and says,
It was in the pot in the cabinet, right?
The man nods energetically. It's true! He must have done it! I had the money in a pot! He's the thief!
So Kaim was fired, and
The money
wasn't-
Oh, sorry, go on.
The money wasn't the only thing in the pot, though, was it?
What are you saying?
You had some letters in there, too. Letters from the girl's father.
Dun dun dun! That's
Oh,
a lie!
snap.
Don't be crazy!
It's true, though.
No, there couldn't have been any letters. I threw them all.
Oh, you fell for the
It's true, he's his attorney!
The tailor claps
the
his
Ace Attorney trick.
claps his hand and goes. The lady grocer glares at him. What's this all about? She demands. I mean. You better tell us everything. The people's angry glances turn from Kaim to the tailor.
Wow, this is certainly not how I was expecting today to go.
Some days later, 2 letters arrive from the girl addressed to the lady at the grocery store and the nice man upstairs. Ha ha ha. Kaim's letter says the girl managed to find her father in the capital. He has no way of knowing if this is true or not. It is hard to imagine a little girl finding her father in the big city so easily without knowing his address or workplace.
What, haven't you seen American Tail? It's totally possible.
Still, he decides to believe it. When the girl's letter says... Go ahead, Liz.
Oops.
I am happy now. There you go. Human beings are the only animals that lie. Lies to deceive people, lies to benefit oneself, and lies to protect one's own heart from the threat of crushing loneliness and sorrow. If there were no lies in this world, much strife and misunderstanding would surely disappear. On the other hand, perhaps it is because this world is a mixture of truth and lies that people have learned how to believe, quote
Writer,
unquote.
I appreciate that, but there are plenty of animals who lie to us to survive, just not in the same way humans do.
When he is through reading his letter, Kaim turns to the woman. Concentrating on her own letter, she shyly raises her head when she senses Kaim looking at her. I give up, she declares. Listen to this. I am so grateful to you and the others in the marketplace for all you have done for me. I will never forgive you as long as I live. A liar to the bitter end, that girl, she says, smiling through her tears.
Oh.
Okay, I'm a bit confused. So why was that one guy hiding all the letters from her?
To hoard the money and pretend that, he was just getting it around, because otherwise he would have given him the impression that he was actually
the father
getting money.
kept sending money with the letters, and the tailor to give it to the daughter. The problem is that Taylor clearly, well...
So the money was rightfully the girl's.
And she basically the excuse of, oh, sorry, I didn't get any letters for your father or anything.
Your dad clearly doesn't love you, honey.
And again, it's also reinforced for the story. For all the lies that the little girl was having, the tailor was possibly a bigger liar to her.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it also implies that some of those bouts were her telling the truth, but the tailor denied it and they believed the tailor over her.
Yeah, this dream is my favorite one so far. Like, it's such a great little story.
And it's another one with a happy ending. That's 2 in a row so far.
Alright, now we're actually going to continue the main story.
Can you imagine if the whole game was just memory collecting? I mean,
the writing is stellar, so I wouldn't necessarily hate it, but yeah, obviously I don't want a whole game to be just that, but
There
yeah.
are some indie games that work like that, Drova.
Oh yeah, and look.
Anyway, by the way, this is Gongora's house.
Fancy.
He literally has his own mansion, motherfucker.
Absolutely not the bad guy.
Lord Tolton is currently visiting. Please wait a little longer.
Fine.
And now we get a cutscene.
House arrest is going too far. I have firmly opposed Roxian on this. Do not despair, Gongora.
Thank you, Your Majesty. It is much more than I could have asked. Your father would have
Guess
been
this guy's
pleased.
like the king of the area.
Used to be.
Now
Well,
that the world
you'll
is a
see.
republic, I am simply a citizen like everyone else.
There you go. They're a republic now, so no more monarchy.
Royal blood that flows in your
Guessing that's due to the war or whatnot. They decided to convert to a republic.
Exactly. We're going to talk more about this later.
People will think you're a dissident who wants to restore the monarchy.
Why would they want to do that?
truly happy that you have come to see me. You've always been so kind.
You taught me the rudiments of magic. I cannot
that
help but be
rumbling
kind
sound?
to you in return.
Background stuff. Gongora is also a scientist and a magician, remember?
He
Yep.
intends to stop work on Grand Staff. It makes me angry.
Wow, that was a
Our
Kubrick
entire
stare.
nation has benefited from
Not
He
close
does not
enough.
understand the significance of Grand
Well,
Staff.
it may not be clear because it's from an angle, but he had the
If we can
posture and the
increase
eyes
magic
raised
energy
up
with
too,
Grand
like you
Staff,
usually see in the
just
Kubrick
think how much
stare.
better our people's lives would be. We would no longer need
What
soldiers.
would it do
You have
exactly?
seen the
It'll
future
harness
for us,
energy.
and how Grand
Yes, but
Staff
for
can
what
make it happen.
purpose? To make our lives
Roxian's
better.
vision is too
How
narrow
so
for our nation to
exactly?
grow.
Totally
I'm
not
sorry
world
to have to lose
domination.
There is no need to apologize. I'm happy Your Highness understands. But even if they stop Grand Staff, we could develop a newer and far better magic engine.
Ambitious.
Please let me know what you need.
But then you'll put a lot of people out of a job, like we've seen before.
Unworthy, Your Highness.
I mean, to be fair, he kind of put a lot of people out of a job by killing them with that malfunction.
True.
Semantics.
Alright, so can I go in now?
I'm waiting.
Okay. Comic divide. My God, that outfit is ridiculous.
Thank you.
Go in.
That's a cute car.
It's a carriage, but it's motorized.
Ah, a horseless carriage.
Carrying on. Alright, so now we have to climb up because, fortunately, like Theo said, he's a scientist, which means he has a magic elevator thingy that we can use. So we don't have to climb a bunch of stairs, fortunately.
Imagine if he was a dick enough that he wanted people to climb the stairs just to ascend
It's
to
like
his
in-
level.
So it's like the Imperial Palace in Howl's Moving Castle.
No, it's yeah, kinda. It's also like the Dark Ride movie where the scientists had built the device on top or between towers, and you could reach it only via stairs.
Good lord.
Okay.
That woman. How could she be an Ura without me knowing?
I wonder what woman he could be referring to. Kaim, please get on there. Thank you.
Is this the elevator that I took? Oh no, it's another one. Okay.
Another
Just
one.
looks the exact same, Kaim.
Good, you're here. I asked you here for only one reason.
Hey, best character.
Hold on.
Jensen.
What is it?
Oh no, great.
Oh no.
Yeah, literally. Oh no.
Oh, hey,
Considering
you are really
who
short
plays
tempered.
Jensen,
Hey,
yeah.
I don't have a sword, okay?
I
Easy.
swear. This
are
guy
you-
feels like he's the one normal
told
talker
you,
out of a
I'm
bunch
just
of
a
people who
messenger.
speak
I
fanciful
came
and
to see if you really
medieval.
come.
He feels like he's trying to go for a James Woods.
That's enough, Kaim. He's on our
James Woods if he was a teenager.
I guess.
Thanks. A little late though.
side. We can use him. He's cunning and quick, and he has many connections. I want you to take him on your investigation of Grand Staff.
No way, sir. You know, I thought he'd say that, my lord. His shoes. Hello.
Look, this other immortal joining the investigation, she might be dangerous.
Why?
The woman was once a pirate. I don't know how it happened, but she's now a soldier for our army. Well, the past is the past, and I know little else about her. Take Jensen with you. He can help keep her in check. Despite what else he may be, he has a healthy respect for women.
He's not kidding, by the way.
So, I thought she was a looker, if you catch my drift. I mean, you've seen her, right? Okay, be that way. Because you're way too serious.
This man feels like he is off in his own world.
Oh, trust me, Jova, he is.
All right.
Again, remember, unlike the other actors, this guy was told to improvise his dialogue, and he gives so much personality to Jensen.
Oh, it shows.
I can't leave here for a while. The Grand Staff is my life's work. So if something is wrong, I want you, with your immortal powers, to find out what it is.
I mean, it's not like you can. It's not like you have a danger of dying in the process anyway. So might as well.
Brief later.
I mean, hey, you literally survived the equivalent of a nuclear blast from it. You're the perfect man for the job. Oh, Jensen.
He's gonna be fun to work with.
This is for your
I'm sure you will too.
Wow, nice.
Hola.
You know, my lord, I've been thinking, working with this guy, it's like playing with fire. I mean, did you see his eyes? I mean, that's creepy.
Oh my
I got a
God,
bad
he
feeling about
does
this
sound
whole
like he's
thing.
going for a
I mean, this
James
little
Wood
guarantee is
impression.
not
Yeah.
gonna be enough, I'm afraid, to keep an eye on him. You're gonna have to give me a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
A reminder, his only other big role I can think of is him as Knuckles from Sonic Adventure 1.
Like I said, I think he's the protagonist in Burning Rangers. Speaking of which,
Hey, okay, that's some serious mojo. Easy, easy.
Is your fee still unsatisfactory?
Not funny. I'm not laughing, okay? I
Careful,
didn't
that
stick
money
Not
may
funny,
burn a
keep
hole
those
in your
laughing.
pocket. That money.
I love that line.
The game is just started, Jensen. You might as well get a job.
I'm totally believing that that's improvised by the actor. Like, geez, everybody's a pain in the ass. Yeah, that sounds.
You know what this guy feels like? This guy feels like if you inserted like one character in a Final Fantasy plot, just to pretty much riff on the stuff going on.
Oh, you mean Forspoken?
Well, that did share the composer.
I just moved shit with my mind.
And for the execution, of course.
Yeah, and I'll say this. Despite how Forspoken turned out, there was potential for the idea, as this game shows, but oh god, that execution. Oh dear.
Another time, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for another time. Alright, so where to next?
Well, we're going to go outside of town so we can depart for Grandstaff. We'll be joined by Seth Balmore and Jensen.
No other business to handle before leaving town?
No, we've done all the dreams so far. But now we're going to properly introduce Seth. Once again, played by Tara Strong.
Hey!
Hello, Seth MacFarlane. How you doing?
Is Seth a name that can serve for both men and women?
I'll check in between parts.
Maybe, although I'll admit I've only seen or heard or met men named Seth.
There are countless examples of show off.
Show
there
off.
There are countless examples of names that have switched, regardless of the.
This bit here.
Nothing to do with you.
Oh, really? Say, haven't we met somewhere before?
Remember, she's also an immortal, so that's a very likely possibility,
Nothing
actually.
to worry about if you can't remember. Neither can I.
Yeah, both of them have amnesia.
I can't recall a thing.
Well, we were.
He's a lot more nonchalant about it.
All I know is that my name seems to be Seth Balmore. People say I used to be a pirate. Isn't it strange that both of us lost our memory and are immortal? Maybe we met a long time ago. I sort of get that feeling when I look at you.
Maybe we're lovers who
When we
were
met before,
reincarnated.
we were enemies. Or allies. Or maybe even lovers.
My god, this woman acts
Looking forward
like
to
she's
starting
in
our
a
journey
Shakespearean
tomorrow, Kaim
kabuki
Argonaut.
play with how overdramatic she acts.
You still haven't been contacted by the council? You set out for Grand Staff tomorrow morning. I thought you would have heard by now. Oh, by the way, I'll be joining you on your little trip.
So you are going with me then?
Being late is strictly
She's like the
forbidden.
Rouge to his knuckles. Does she just get off on screwing with people like that?
No. That's just her putting up an act. I can tell you that much.
Ah, the cope. Well, like you said, maybe we'll see how different people
Don't worry.
with being immortal.
Don't worry, Jova. I'm sure that the departure in the beginning of this journey will not lead into these characters going through tumultuous experiences and growing together and learning the truth about their past or something like that. I'm sure that will never happen. That's just ridiculous.
Fucking loosely.
Well, of course not. It's a Sakaguchi plot. Those never involve in-depth looks at characters' pains, past, or traumas whatsoever.
Alright, so yeah, we're departing tomorrow, but first let's take the rest into Tolson's Inn.
You are to report to the Great Gate. If you head to the station, you can either take the monorail or pick up a taxi to the Great Gate. Be careful out there.
This guy looks like the first Doctor, just with a uniform like that.
Interesting.
Alright. With that in mind, I guess that's it. No, well, yeah. No. I think there's
not dreams.
I don't think there's anything else, so let's save, and we'll see everybody in the next part, where we will properly depart to Grand Staff with Seth and Jensen. So,
Yeah.
see you then.